Friday, still got that slight risk in place for north central Nebraska and once again into the northeastern corner of the state. So a busy couple days coming up here for your Thursday, though. I do think we see a few passing clouds and likely a shower or two there in the morning, then a little more sunshine by the afternoon. Once again, trying to sneak our way to the lower 90s.
All right, thank you so much, Tom. Developing now, a horrifying discovery inside a small Ohio home. Officials rescuing 16 children they say were living in deplorable conditions. Officials are now...
Ohio authorities are calling it pure evil.
Just almost beyond comprehension.
16 children ranging from infant to teenager rescued from this small one-story home in deplorable conditions. County records showing it had just one bathroom.
Like just where they were covered in bugs and squatting and had that like distant look in their eyes. It's terrible.
Officials saying the children lived in a 12 by 12 area for years. The oldest child, 18 years old, unable to spell her name. Other children, they say, couldn't speak at all.
Most of our livestock was kept in better conditions than the children. It was extremely high presence, I'm sure, of bacterial and human feces. It was just a disgusting scene.
Investigators saying they went to the home this week to execute a search warrant in a separate but parallel investigation.
I think if they would have waited another 24 hours, there was a very high probability that we'd be dealing with a death or multiple deaths of these children.
These four adults, home at the time of the shocking discovery, now under arrest, appearing in court and facing 16 criminal charges each, including endangering children, all pleading not guilty.
This is an intra-family situation. Grandma, grandpa, father, and mother.
Some of those children are now being treated at nearby hospitals, two airlifted to trauma centers, and officials now being asked the key question here: how could this go unnoticed for so long? In Washington, Olivia Rubin, ABC News.
And coming up after the break, baseball extension. Husker baseball head coach Will Bolt isn't going anywhere anytime soon. Channel 8 Sports Director Nate Johnson breaks down the contract extension Bolt's receiving today. And coming up all new at 5, help in the heat. Find out what families in Lincoln are saying after a major distribution to help with the scorching temps.
Search your local Honda dealer today.
Well, let's talk some baseball. Some big news coming out of the world of Nebraska baseball today. Head coach Will Bolt and a handful of his staff have received contract extensions. For the latest, let's check in with Channel 8 Sports Director Nate Johnson. Nate.
Thanks, Emma. Big day for Big Red baseball as Troy Dannon announced today that Nebraska has signed head coach Will Bolt to a contract extension through the 2032 season. But he's not the only coach to receive a contract extension, as 3 assistant coaches have inked deals that run through the 2028 season. Those coaches being Rob Childress, Lance Harville, and Mike Sirianni. In part of a statement, Dannon said, quote, Will and his staff have done an outstanding job of continuing to elevate the level of success in our baseball program. The Huskers finished the season with a 43-17 overall record. Nebraska reached the 40-win mark for the 20th time in program history and the 2nd time under head coach Will Bolt. Nebraska's 43 wins are the most since the Huskers went 57-15 in 2005. The Huskers also set a school record with 23 conference victories, and Bolt has compiled 213 wins in 7 seasons. So great to see Bolt and many of his staff being rewarded for their efforts. Excited to see how they continue the momentum they're building here in Lincoln. That will do it for me for now. We'll see you back here in the Sports Zone. Emma, we'll send things back over to you.
Thanks, Nate. And let's take one last look at the forecast at 4:30. Here's meteorologist Dominic Ferraro. Dom, what's in store for us?
And mainly hot and humid, Emma, over the next couple of hours with a fair amount of sunshine now for us in the capital city, though keep an eye on the radar, especially as we head through the overnight hours tonight, and breezy out there as well, so we wouldn't have enough things to kind of keep our ducks in a row on as we go through the rest of your Wednesday night. Temperatures tonight, though, down into the 60s and 70s here for far southeastern Nebraska, at the low at 73 here for Lincoln, and then a touch cooler there for your highs. I mean, at least compared to what we were looking at the last several days. I know today haven't quite made it to the 90s just yet, but once again looking at the lower 90s then for your Thursday forecast, and still a touch breezy out there too. Humidity not going anywhere anytime soon as well. As we head then into your 4th of July weekend here, temperatures still sticking around the mid-90s then for Friday. Likely going to be one of our warmer days that we see, with another chance for showers and storms as we head through the evening there and into the overnight. And then Saturday, 4th of July itself, looking at a cold front that'll try and move on through very late there. And that's something we're keeping an eye on, as where we could see storm chances there later in the evening and possibly even closer to midnight. So continue to stay up to date with the forecast, especially as we head through those holiday weekends. And as always, when it's hot and humid out there, make sure we're drinking plenty of water and take care of those with symptoms of heat illness.
All right, thanks so much, Dom. And let's get one final look at the city roads here. This is 14th and Superior Street. Doesn't look very busy at all. Pretty easy drive home for you as we get to the top of the hour. And that will do it for Channel 8 News at 4:30. Rod Fowler's up next. Stick with us.
The Jalapeno Popper Frenchie, creamy and crunchy in each delicious bite. Enjoy this bold new taste or the timeless original. Frenchies at Amigo's King's Classic.
Let your voice be heard by sharing your photos and videos to the Now Local News app. Earn points and redeem them for gift cards. Scan the QR code to join.
Celebrate America with our Free for All sale. Right now, receive a free foundation, free bed frame, free delivery, and free installation with any qualified mattress purchase $895 or more. Stop by family-owned, comfort-made Mattress Factory today.
Does your dog need a new toy to hug, tug, and fetch? A puzzle to challenge his mind? A licky mat to keep him busy? Or maybe just a healthy, nutritious treat? Stop by Arnie's for a huge selection of treats, chews, and safe, durable pet toys. Arnie's, caring for your pets.
Unearth a story with Lincoln City Library's Summer Reading Challenge, May 22nd to July 31st. It's fun and free. Sign up, get a Salt Dogs ticket and pool pass, read 10 hours, track your time, and get more coupons. Visit lincolnlibraries.org today.
Mom, Duncan got all muddy.
Oh, that's not mud.
Honey, call Southwick.
Just like a car needs an oil change, it's important to stay on top of septic pumping to avoid lateral damage in the future. Southwick Liquid Waste, serving the on-site wastewater needs of the Lincoln community for nearly 5 decades. We provide high-quality service and ensure you have all the knowledge needed to maintain a stellar septic system. From new installation to repair to routine pumping, Southwick Liquid Waste is your complete septic provider. Get pumped. Call today.
We're here for all the action. Every team, every matchup, every night, bringing you the best local sports coverage in the game. Channel 8, bringing you Nebraska Now.
Green's Furnace and Plumbing has been serving the Lincoln community as a locally owned business for over 100 years. Stop by our showroom to find the latest deals on Lennox furnace and air conditioner replacements. Our licensed technicians will provide the comfort your home deserves.
Hey, buddy. Morning. I'm a stickler for good dental care. Me too. Ooh, looking sharp today. But even if we take care of our teeth, we can still get... No, please don't say it. A big dental bill. That's why dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company is important. Now, this isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. It helps pay for over 400 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures. That's a lot. It's easy to find out more. Just call or go online now to get your free information kit with all the details. This dental insurance helps you pay for routine care and expensive major procedures, all with no deductibles and no annual maximums. You can even keep your dentist. Why pay more for dental care? Get your free info kit and start saving today. Call or visit physiciansmutualdental.com. Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Now, from Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 5.
Coming up tonight, shot by a laser.
We want to make sure everyone on board any aircraft is safe.
A Nebraska State Patrol plane was hit by a laser pointer. What other charges the suspects were arrested for? Also tonight, precarious proposal. 2 thrill seekers scaled the Empire State Building to deliver a message. How dangerous the act really was. Nationwide outlaws.
People are so excited, antsy, but excited.
The U.S. men's team playing tonight to try to get their first World Cup knockout win in more than 2 decades. What a Lincoln-formed fan group is saying about the support they've been seeing from Nebraska to California. And a sneak peek. The National Guard Museum unveils its America 250 exhibit in Seward. What new additions they have for the 4th of July this year. And we are inching closer and closer to celebrating America's 250th anniversary of independence as the entire country prepares for an extra special 4th of July this year. There's no place like Seward, right? If you've been there, you know Nebraska's America's 4th of July city. That is Seward, you bet. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Rod Fowler. Channel 8's Danielle De Silva visited a popular stop in Seward's celebrations to get a sneak peek at how they are pulling out all the stops this year. She joins us live. Danielle, what can you tell us tonight?
Well, Rod, the Nebraska National Guard Museum has been planning for years to ensure that the country's 250th birthday is spectacular. And after getting a sneak peek of the unveiling of their newest exhibit, USA 250, I have to say, mission accomplished. It's a true walk through history that comes to life. So let's take a look together at what's behind those closed doors. As America marks 250 years of independence, the entire community of Seward is coming together to celebrate. At the Nebraska National Guard Museum, military history is exuding with pride from the moment you step inside.
This will probably be one of our biggest exhibits. We've had Seward is the tip of the spear for Nebraska. We were chosen to be that.
Jerry Meyer is the museum's director and says no expense was spared to create the display for the USA 250 exhibit. Costing about $100,000 in total, the mannequins are worth nearly $30K each.
We pulled out all stops. It's the soul of the Nebraska National Guard. This is where you go to see our history and to feel our history in this building. Showcases a lot of our service members from the time of the Revolution, which we weren't a state yet. We have people in our community that are tied to the Revolutionary soldier.
And the impact of John Cattle of Cattle Bank and Trust, a hero of World War II.
We've had a lot of great supporters that have put their efforts into this one, and it's turned out really well. We're very pleased with where it's at. Just the bow wave of patriotism that you see all around the country, gearing up for this week, and being part of a military museum during this time, we get to showcase some really, really interesting people.
Such as President Colonel Theodore Roosevelt himself, wearing a traditional fit from 1898, played by Robert Mergel, a senior lecturer at Ohio State University. He is one of 4 actors portraying the faces of Mount Rushmore.
Just pieces
pieces of stone on an edifice in South Dakota. I hope that what we do here this weekend here at Nebraska basically puts the real person behind those faces.
Murgel even giving me a quick history lesson while maintaining character, of course.
In 1900, I was a presidential candidate with William McKinley. I visited 40 cities in Nebraska because Nebraska was a pretty key state that we had to win. And we won Nebraska. Then in 1904, when I was presidential candidate running for office, 61% of the Nebraskans voted for me.
And he hopes that Nebraskans will show up on the 4th to see him alongside George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and, of course, Abe Lincoln. Now, they will be dedicating the exhibit at 9 a.m. that morning, and it's important to note that Jerry is retiring this year, so he made sure to go out with a bang, so you got to check it out. Reporting live from Stewart, Danielle De Silva, Channel 8 News.
Thank you, Danielle. Governor Pillen is gearing up for the 4th of July this weekend as well. This was the scene at his news conference today where, as you can see in the background there, they unveiled a sentimental quilt. It was created by the Lincoln Quilters Guild, meant to honor veterans, and will be in the Nebraska Legislature's chamber throughout the month of July. Here's Kay Hoff from Quilts of Valor on the importance of this.
Quilts of Valor gives us a humble but heartfelt way to say what every veteran deserves to hear. We remember, we are grateful, you are honored.
And Governor Pillen says he hopes this will highlight Nebraska's history and patriotism. The city of Lincoln is announcing today the Uncle Sam Jam on Friday is being pushed back due to the expected high temperatures. Now, when we say pushed back, it's just a little bit. The Independence Day celebration at Haymarket Park will start at 6 p.m. Friday instead of 5 o'clock. Let's get you caught up with the possibility of severe weather in our area tonight. Here's a live look from our AlloCam. We had a little rain this morning. Boy, it was very spotty. It was a warm day, but I think the cloud coverage for most of the day helped kind of keep the temperatures manageable. Let's see if there's any more rain or storms on the way. Here's Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins.
Nothing out there right now, but keeping an eye on things. We've got some sunshine poking out in some spots, which may lead to a little bit of instability, especially in parts of central Nebraska. A little bit of more cloud cover and even a sprinkle or two in southeast Nebraska. But overall, it's a very quiet weather pattern. Now, the 4th of July weekend looks a little something like this: Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You're looking at storms possible each day, temperatures between 90 and 95 degrees. So we'll get to that in a few minutes. First, let's look outside in Beatrice, 6th and Perkins. Shones Roofing Cam looking at just a lot of sunshine in Beatrice with a few clouds here and there. Overall, it's warm. Didn't quite make it today in Lincoln. We got to 89, also 89 in Hebron, a lot of 89s out there. Grand Island, Holdridge, it did get to 93 though in McCook. The dew point's still pretty high, so even though it was a little cooler today, it did feel rather muggy, so that heat index well into the 90s, 95 in Lincoln, 96 in Beatrice with that south wind at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's the storm potential tonight. Notice by 7 p.m. it starts to pop up to the north and northeast, and then just spreads from south central into central and northeast Nebraska, and then kind of tapers off as we get towards midnight and into the overnight hours. More storms trying to move into the panhandle. So that's just one wave of storms possible. As we head through the next several days, we'll take a look at the other waves in the full forecast.
Thank you, Rusty. And take a look at this. Lake McConaughey near Ogallala saw some intense storms last night. Pictures posted show 2 campers that got pretty torn up. One, as you can see, ending up in the lake. Officials say 8 people were evaluated by medical and released on the scene. And check out this video. Inside a home out there, mounds of hail piled up on the floor and furniture coming in through the windows. And as you'll see here, the ceiling, it looks more like snow, doesn't it? A view of just how terrifying these storms can get. New details now on a Nebraska State Patrol plane that was hit by a laser. Last night around midnight, the pilot reported someone aiming a laser pointer at them from the area of Portia and Knox. Well, they contacted Lincoln police and they found out it was coming from a driver inside a car. She and a passenger were arrested, and it was for more than just pointing the laser.
The driver, 43-year-old Elena Moniz of Lincoln, and the passenger, 39-year-old Jade Ways of Lincoln, were arrested and taken to the Lancaster County Jail for possession of a controlled substance. Moniz was also charged with attempted assault on an officer, second degree, by the Nebraska State Patrol.
And police say Moniz, who you see here on the left there, and Ways were both arrested for suspicion of possession of meth and drug paraphernalia. Breaking now, a couple is in custody after scaling the Empire State Building today.
I don't know. I'm just on my lunch break. I had no idea what was happening.
NYC in shock and awe after a dangerous stunt.
Oh, dear God, Kira. This guy is getting down on a knee, perhaps proposing to this individual.
A protest, a proposal, and now 2 arrests.
Maybe they can tell their kids one day.
Tonight, the charges these 2 thrill seekers face and the message they sent to the world. A fearless feat, a strong statement, a powerful proposal. But all of that is landing these 2 lovebirds in custody. Channel 8's Meg West joins us in the studio to let us know what their statement they were trying to convey means, how much trouble they're in, and really how much danger they were in. Meg?
Good evening, Rod. 1,454 feet. No rope, no harness, no safety net. The slightest slip of foot would end in almost certain death. Atop the famous skyscraper, the 2 dressed in black unfurling a banner which read, as you can see a little bit there, "When the power of love beats the love of power, the world knows peace." A quote often attributed to rocker Jimi Hendrix, seemingly a plea for world peace. The flag briefly waving in the wind for the world to see before an NYPD helicopter swooped in, circling the landmark, and police met the 2 at the top. The couple posting the view from way up there live on social media, a stomach-turning sight for anyone afraid of heights. Shortly after reaching the top, the man appeared to get down on one knee and propose. But the honeymoon phase, hey, that was quickly over, because that's when officers arrested the pair. Turns out the daredevil couple, no stranger to the spotlight. Netflix featured them in a 2024 documentary called Skywalkers, exploring their dangerous sport of climbing tall buildings, many illegally. The Empire State Building responding on social media with a public service announcement, letting the public know they offer proposal packages for those looking to take their engagement to new heights safely. And more incredible footage coming out of this story. NYPD releasing body cam footage of the risky arrest, the officer climbing the ladder and then reaching the suspects where they were arrested. Now, as for the legal fate of these 2, we're still waiting to hear the specific charges. But instead of celebrating their engagement by perhaps clinking glasses at a bar tonight, they'll be behind them. In the studio, Meg West, Channel 8 News.
Wow, what a interesting story. Thank you, Meg. Also breaking now, less than 24 hours after receiving the regulations for medical marijuana here in Nebraska, Governor Jim Pillen approved them today. They'll now be filed with the Secretary of State's office, and they'll officially become law 5 days later. Sales and dispensaries are not expected to begin immediately, but this is another major legal hurdle cleared on the way to having medical marijuana here in Nebraska. Stay with us. We have more heading your way after the break and a new batch of stories at 6 o'clock, including a drive for Alexis. The Nebraska Community Blood Bank is hosting a blood drive in Alexis's honor. The heartbreaking reason they're memorializing her coming up. And after the break, Lincoln to San Francisco, how the American Outlaw fan group is preparing to cheer on the U.S. in their World Cup knockout game tonight. Stay with us.
A gallon of Pool Shock is only $4.44.
Now at Lincoln Mattress and Furniture.
Right now, the Nebraska Hospital Association is alerting people to an important vote. The House Ways and Means Committee is scheduled to hold a vote on reporting requirements for nonprofit hospitals. The NHA claims although this is an effort to increase transparency, this could cause some compliance hardships for hospitals here. They add it wouldn't improve patient care and say it would instead move valuable time and resources away from patient care. We'll let you know when the committee comes to a decision. Well, tonight is the night the U.S. has a chance to win their first World Cup knockout game since 2002. Here's the men's team's path in the knockouts. Here you have USA right here. It's a favorable first round matchup against Bosnia and Herzegovina, and it gets much harder from there. If they can win tonight, they'll move down here, of course. They play the winner of Belgium and Senegal, and that game is an extra time right now. Tonight's game starts at 7 o'clock our time in San Francisco. Although it's a long way from Lincoln, one USA fan group formed in Lincoln made their way out there to watch, and we hopped on a call with the American Outlaws to see how they're feeling about the game tonight and what the experience in San Francisco is like.
People are so excited, antsy, but excited. Lincoln is really showing out for these events, and it's been awesome to see everybody coming down the rail yard and Captain Jackson and watching and cheering. So being able to see what's going on around the stadium at our events and then back home is it's really special. It's really cool.
And they're hoping the support from Lincoln to San Francisco will be enough to carry the Stars and Stripes to a victory tonight.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins.
This is what it looked like for last night. All kinds of damaging winds, some hail, even some tornado warnings. It was a busy night last night, especially for north central and western parts of the state. Did see some wind here in and around the Grand Island early this morning, but it was a lot of storms going on. Now, in the Lincoln area today, it was kind of a normal day. The high temperature normal, 89 and 89. The low still above average by about 7 degrees. That's kind of been the problem the last several days, is it's not really hot in the afternoon. So those overnight low temperatures just don't drop very far. I mean, they get into the 70s, but we should be in the middle 60s. That would be much more comfortable. We'll see if we can get there eventually. Mixture of clouds and sun out there on our Barry Law Cam looking towards downtown Lincoln. Looks like a pretty nice day. And overall, it's not bad. We're at 88 degrees, two of our favorite numbers here at Channel 8. 90 in Beatrice, 89 in Grand Island and Hebron and Holdridge. Still 90 in Wahoo. Kearney at 91 and 90 in Hastings and Beatrice. The dew point, that's been the issue the last several days. Between 70 and 75 degrees for a lot of folks. We're at 75 in York, 68 in Hebron. That's not bad, but when you start to see the purples, you know it's really muggy. So our heat index, well, not crazy bad. it's still bad enough, between 95 and 97, 98 degrees. Wind speeds, at least there's a breeze. I mean, when it's too hot, the wind doesn't help at all, but this is not bad. It's out of the south at 15 to 20 miles per hour. A couple of stray showers lingering. We did see a couple of raindrops earlier. I think Rod was telling me he saw some, about 1/10 of an inch at his house. But not a whole lot of rain to go around, but we have another chance. A little bit of storm activity trying to pop up here far northwest Nebraska. Most of the state, though, quiet. There is a chance, though, for severe storms tonight. Get used to this. There is a chance today, tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday, maybe even Sunday, for strong to severe weather. Now, when it's this marginal risk, I'm not that concerned. It usually means 1 or 2 strong storms, maybe a severe storm in there. So when you start to see stuff like this over towards Minnesota and northern Iowa into Sioux City, level 2 and level 3. But when it's a marginal risk, and I better knock on wood because sometimes those marginal risks can do damage as well. But the risk is for hail. Better chance for that to the north and to the south and west. Maybe some damaging wind. The tornado threat is very, very small. Again, the most of the storm damage should be to our north and east, but 1 or 2 strong storms will show up on Stormcast. And here they come. By about 7 o'clock this evening, there's a storm chance there, there's a storm chance there. This is going to fill in about right here. And this is kind of on the edge. This happened the other night too, where we have the warm, humid air here and the drier, less humid air over here. And right on that edge, those storms form there, kind of stay there, and then move to the north and east, headed towards that slight to enhanced risk. So this will be brief. By about midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, we should be done with this. Then that kicks on off to the east, and then another chance for some strong to severe storms very early Thursday morning. Hopefully they just see rain. That's an area that really needs the rain, so we'll see if that happens. A few scattered showers and lingering storms early tomorrow morning on Thursday. The better chance on Thursday will be from a line from Columbus, Omaha, Valentine, north and east, but we're on the edge, so that's something we'll be watching for Thursday. And Friday kind of looks like that too. Temperatures tonight between the middle 60s and the middle 70s. Highs tomorrow really close to 90, which early July, that's about where we're supposed to be. South wind at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Middle 90s on Friday and Saturday. Storms possible Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Keeping Sunday dry for now, but watching that closely, and then another small chance on Monday, and then dry and just near normal for temperatures for a good portion of next week.
Thank you, Rusty. To Husker Sports now, some big news coming out of the world of Nebraska baseball today. Head coach Will Bolt and a handful of his staff have received contract extensions. For the latest, let's check in with Channel 8 Sports Director Nate Johnson. Hi, Nate.
Hey, thank you, Rod. Well, big day for Big Red Baseball as Troy Dannon announced today that Nebraska has signed their head coach to a contract extension through the 2032 season. And he's not the only coach to receive a contract extension, as 3 assistant coaches have also inked deals that run through the 2028 season. Those coaches being Rob Childress, Lance Harville, and Mike Sirianni. In part of the statement, Dannon said, quote, Will and his staff have done an outstanding job of continuing to elevate the level of success in our baseball program. Now, the Huskers have finished the season with a 43-17 overall record last year. Nebraska reached the 40-win mark for the 20th time in program history and the second time under head coach Will Bolt. Nebraska's 43 wins are the most since the Huskers went 57-15 in 2005. The Huskers also set a school record with 23 conference victories. Bolt has compiled 213 wins in 7 seasons with Nebraska. So great to see Bolt and many of his staff being rewarded for their efforts. Excited to see how they continue the momentum that they're building here in Lincoln. That'll do it for me for now. We'll see you back here in the Sports Zone. Rod will send things back over to you.
All right, thank you, Nate. Stay with us. We have more for you after the break, and more coming up at 6 o'clock, including Gardening for Hunger. The Freeman Public Schools FFA Club is gardening for a good cause. How badly they say Gage County is affected by food insecurity. We'll be right back.
pets.
Temperatures right now are just about where they're supposed to be this time of year, but the heat index is a little high in the lower and middle 90s for a good portion of eastern Nebraska. Now we're keeping an eye on just about the entire state for some storms to form. It looks like it'll be in central and northeastern Nebraska with your better chance, but there's nothing out there right now. This would be likely after 7 p.m. probably closer to sunset, so that's something we'll keep a close eye on. Temperature-wise, we'll fall into the 60s and 70s early tomorrow morning, and then another day very close to normal. I think we'll get into the middle and upper 80s and lower 90s by Thursday afternoon. But that storm threat is out there. We'll talk more about that at 6.
All right, thank you, Rusty, and thank you for joining us. World News is coming your way next, and we'll see you back here at 6 o'clock.